Charlotte's Web. Words are just not enough to describe, to review this classic book. This is such a lovely story of this little girl, Fern, and her pet, Wilbur, the pig, and the little spider, Charlotte. There is this little girl, Fern, who lives with her parents and they breed pigs. So one day her father went out with eggs. Fern said that, why you need eggs for the pig pen? So mother said, a lot of pigs were born last night, but one little pig is a runt, like very, very small, and anyway he's not going to survive. So Fern was so shocked that why do you have to kill just because he's so small? She fights with her father and doesn't allow him to kill that little pig. So father said, all right, if you feel you know so much about pigs, keep him. Let's see how long will he live. So Fern starts petting this little pig and she names it Wilbur. And every day, very fondly, she feeds him bottled milk, and then slowly this little pig starts growing properly. And then one day, her father said that now we must sell. We breed the pigs for selling. But she said, I don't want to part with Wilbur. So father said, all right, your uncle, Zuckerman, he has a one. Check with him if he would like to buy a little pig for just $6. And it worked. So Zuckerman buys this little pig because it's so cheap. And Fern is allowed to go sit outside the pig pen. She's not allowed to enter the pig pen, but she can sit there and watch. So she's so happy. Every day she goes and sits there just watching Wilbur for hours and hours. She observes and listens. She listens to everybody. She listens to Wilbur talking. She listens to geese and gander, lamb and sheep, and Templeton, a little rat in the barn. Everybody is talking to each other and she's just quietly listening and listening and listening. Then Wilbur one day was feeling very, very lonely and he wanted to play with the farm animals, but none of them wanted to play with a pig. Not even Templeton. Anyway, Templeton is very rude. He is desperate to find a friend. And then suddenly he hears a voice that, I'll be your friend. He says, who is it? Who is it? And apparently it's that Charlotte, that little spider. Wilbur is very disgusted. What kind of friend she is? A spider, a bloodthirsty, cruel spider who traps cunningly insects, kills them and sucks their blood. But slowly she explains to Wilbur that this is what spiders do. You get fed by the farmer, but I don't, and I have to do something to live, don't I? Anyway, there's so many insects that if I'm not there, you will be you'll find very difficult to cope up with so many insects. So I'm required. Slowly, Wilbur starts liking Charlotte and their friendship blossoms. Now, one day, she announces to Wilbur that come Christmas, you're going to die. What do you think farmer is raising you for and fattening you? You're going to turn into pork and ham. Wilbur is very scared. He didn't want to die, of course. And he's like, can anybody save me? He's running around. He's crying. You know, the spider says that don't worry, Wilbur. I'll save you. Now, everybody is wondering, including Wilbur, how can little spider save a big pig? But Charlotte said that I can. Just let me think. When I am alone, I can think better. And she's very intelligent. She gets a wonderful idea. What's the idea? So, one day, she weaves in her web, clearing a little part and making space for it. And she weaves some pig. And next day, when the servant comes to feed the pig, he sees that some pig. He finds it a miracle. How can some word appear on a spider's web? And Wilbur is standing right under the web. So he runs, calls the Zuckermans, and Zuckermans come and say, oh, this is miracle. This is sign from divinity. And soon this news spread in all over the country and everybody comes to look at some pig and he becomes very famous. Charlotte now feels very secure that his life is almost secured, but then one last word need to be written. And what would be that one last word? That you can find out in the story. There's so many small stories in between, like, you know, Fern's mother. Because Fern comes back every day and says, you know what Charlotte did? And he says, who's Charlotte? It's a spider. Okay, spider. and spiders can't talk. But she said, no, she's very intelligent. She told Wilbur this and she told Wilbur that. And then she said, you know what Templeton did? Now, who's Templeton? The rat. Okay. So, the rat was so arrogant and rude, and then, but he did this and that, and then sheep said this, and geese said that, and mother said, Fawn, are you out of your mind? Stop imagining. And she said, I'm not imagining. They talk. I listen to them. So one day, Fawn's mother goes to the doctor, and she's very concerned about Fawn. So the doctor says, chill. She'll be all right. This happens to little children. So at one point in time in the story, when this happened, till doctor gave his opinion about it's perfectly all right. It's possible that a spider can write, and children can overhear conversation. I actually thought till that point that this is all what Fawn is doing. She is somehow making some thread writing into the web. I thought that it's all her imagination, and she's imagining all these names and talks and stories, that what they talk. But as the story progresses, you feel that that's not what the author's intention is. Author is not trying to say that children are so imaginative and they imagine to such a length and all that. No. He is trying to make us believe that the world beyond our comprehension is possible. Spiders can be that intelligent to write if they can weave such beautiful web. And animals do talk, and they have their own life, and they have their own feelings. It's just that we adults are not able to see or comprehend things the way it's there in the world. I mean, the story of tiny spider saving life of a pig is amazing to even soak in. It's such beautiful story, and in this beautiful story, the way you get idea about the culture of that time, the author has written a story with so many details. Like, there are details of what kind of food Templeton found at the fair, and then when he describes the barn, the springtime in the barn, the rainy season in the barn. I mean, you feel you are standing right in the barn. It's a beautiful story. It touched my heart. It touched my daughter's heart, and we are so happy to have read it, enjoyed it, every page. In spite of me telling you the whole story, believe me, it's not spoiler. Don't think that it's no fun reading the story. You will enjoy the story as much, each and every word, each and every page. So do pick up this book. You know how I read it? My child was watching out of the window. The rain was falling. This is rainy season in Mumbai, and she's watching out, trees, dripping rains, and people walking by, and then she's watching the birds and flies and like that. And I'm sitting little distance, like about 5 feet away from her, 4 feet away from her, and I'm reading out this book, and she's lost in that world. I'm lost in my world. The beautiful way to read out. Do read out. Do read out. So if you like this review, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel Storywayschool, where I keep posting the reviews of wonderful books. While subscribing, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notification when I post the next review. Do share this video and spread the love of literature and stories. This is Storytellermumma from Storywayschool. See you there.